Hi guys, today I am doing a sponsored video. It is a review of these two moisturizers from Soroci. I think that's how you say it. This Korean brand. It's from the online K-beauty store called Style Story, and that's who's sponsoring me to review this. I was like, mate, I can do that, but I've got to be honest. And they were like, you be honest, just don't fang on us without constructive criticism. And I was like, yeah, of course, I give you constructive criticism if you need. So that is the story. I thought we could do like a bit of a mini nighttime routine. I've cleansed my face, I've put on my serum, but we're ready to go with the moisturizer and a red wine. Great. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. These are two separate moisturizers. They come in these boxes that kind of match. One is called the Waterdrop Cream and one is called the Calming Cream, and it's in the Morning Drizzle range. They are $33 each, Australian, which is a pretty normal price for a reasonable moisturizer. It's not like cheap, affordable, but it's also nowhere near high-end, like something you'd buy from Mecca or something you'd buy from a beauty salon. These are the boxes that came in. They're kind of cute, like. Cool. And there's a mix of English and Korean on this box, so it is helpful. Oh, how great is this? The Waterdrop Cream is described as just like early morning shower, moist and quick absorbing. I feel like an Australian product would never use the word moist to describe itself. But you know, Koreans, they do what they want. So let's start with the Waterdrop Cream, which is my favorite. The Calming Cream is not my favorite, but I'll discuss that in a minute. I know skincare reviews can sometimes, you know, go on, and in the end it's just skincare and you can just talk about your experience with it. So I'll try and keep it brief. The lid is a little different to like Western products I've seen, because you've got this lid here, but then that's not actually what seals the product. You have a spatula that sits in this little divot here, which is handy. Most Australian moisturizers do not come with a spatula. Australians like to get their fingers in it. So this is the seal here. So I feel like that's quite hygienic and helpful. The spatula is contained really well in the lid for when you're not using the product, which I think is great because so many products that come with spatulas, like masks and stuff, have nowhere to put it, and then I just lose the spatula. To be honest, I don't really want to use a spatula with my moisturizer, so I'm probably just going to throw it out, but I do like that they included it anyway, so thank you for the thought. This is kind of like a loose jelly. It's kind of halfway between a jelly and a liquid. As you can see, if I tip it out, it will run out. It is quite translucent looking, and it kind of looks like water when you start massaging it in. So these don't have any artificial fragrance, and the smell of this is very subtle, a touch floral in nature, in my opinion. I find this is great for like my sensitive spots as well. So I get really sensitive around the creases in my nose, but this doesn't cause any pain or tingling, which is nice. I really like this moisturizer for nighttime obviously, but for the morning as well, because I find it is a bit lighter than other moisturizers, but it's still heavy enough that I find like it's good to bring it down the neck. I also like to get it on my collarbone scar. So let's talk about pros and cons. Pro, it doesn't break me out. My skin seems to like it in the morning. My skin feels reasonably hydrated, happy. It's reasonably priced. It feels great on the skin. Sits well under makeup. Pro. A con is probably that you can't, you know, test it in store. So this is exclusive to the online store Style Story, which, I mean, I guess it's accessible to all of Australia, which is great. But unlike the brands in Priceline, you can't go in and like smell it, test it, do whatever. But other than that, I do really like it. It does kind of leave like a little bit of a layer on the skin, but I find makeup goes on fine. I have no issues with that. And yeah, I'm just pretty happy with this product and I will keep using it. Happy days. Next is the product that is not in my good books. We have the Calming Cream. And there is like only one real reason I don't like it. But first of all, it's pretty pink packaging. It has a spatula, but this one is opaque. Thank you, come again. The same seal. This one is a lot more firm, like a typical moisturizer. Like if I hold it upside down, it ain't coming out. It's, you know, more like, I don't know, more solid than the other one. The only thing I don't like about this product, and the real deal breaker, is the smell. So like I said, no artificial fragrance, but this smell is just, it's just so strange. It's like a tiny bit floral, but then it kind of smells like, kind of like a little bit like sweaty plastic. And I know it's not sweaty plastic. I know it does contain jojoba oil and shea butter, so maybe that's just what those products smell like together. I'm not a huge fan of shea butter, so maybe this is just what shea butter smells like. I don't know, but that's just something to keep in mind. It does kind of go more translucent when you apply it, which is nice. And this is great for my nose creases because I find this to be a lot more hydrating and moisturizing than the Waterdrop cream. So I only apply this one at nighttime just because it's a lot thicker, but like it is marketed towards sensitive skin, and I feel like it is perfect for sensitive skin because these nose creases, they flare up so easily, but this, I can get it right in there and it feels a-okay. And that's the only spot on my face where I get dry, so it's just a perfect mix. So I'm happy to keep using this till it's finished, but I just am not a huge fan of the smell. It has kind of, you know, toned down for me as I've gotten used to it, but I don't know, something about it is just not for me. Also, I have been testing these products for about a month just to let you know my like sample size. Anyway, so that is my little review of Soroci. Sorry if I'm grossly mispronouncing that. Just a reminder that this video was sponsored, so take my opinion as you will. Please drop me a comment with your favorite Korean skincare, because in Australia there is like nowhere you can buy it. I know there is an Innisfree store in Melbourne, and there are some like Asian beauty stores around, but I'm also like totes skeptical of those, and they're just really hard to navigate if you're just so new to it, which I am. And also, I live in Newcastle and there are no Asian skincare stores here remotely at all. So let me know your #1 Korean skincare product so I can, you know, have a look-see. Do check out Style Store because they have a lot of Korean brands that I'm personally interested in. So when I go to rebuy that Waterdrop moisturizer, which I will do once I get through my large back catalogue of moisturizers, I will be picking up some products from like Innisfree, from JJ Young by KO Lion, a brand I love. They also have April Skin, they have Holika Holika. So, you know, check it out. They're based in Brisbane, which is great, but I will leave them linked in the description box. Thank you guys for joining me this evening, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!